So growing up, I was never really a popular kid. I went through high school, wasn't a jock, wasn't a playboy. I really wasn't a ladies' man. I had a few friends and then I went on to college. And I had my fun in college, but I went on through life and I made sure throughout my 20s that I would hustle and get after it and make sure that I wouldn't have to struggle later on in life. So by the time I was in my early 30s, I was already a Henry. What is a Henry, you ask? High earner, not rich yet, but I was well within the high six figures, guys. Please believe it. And I was making my way on the social scene. I was well known around town. I wouldn't quite say I was a ladies' man because I enjoyed having monogamous relationships with women. I enjoy kicking back, going places, going out to dinner. I enjoyed the finer things. And besides, I also just didn't want to wear condoms. I like going raw. I was that guy, right? So I met this young lady one night. She caught my eye. We were out at the club. We were boogieing, doing our thing. By this time, I'm in my mid-30s. This young thing, she appears to be in her mid-30s. So I approached her, got her number, went on some dates, and we started going serious after a few months. I felt like she could be the one, but I wasn't quite ready yet because I've been in similar situations, 2 serious relationships. And at my mid-30s, I don't think that I was quite ready to be married yet. I was saving that for my 40s. So as time passed over the next few months, she noticed that I was making pretty good money. She didn't have any kids, which was cool in my book. That was definitely a plus. So she kept bringing up marriage, kept bringing up marriage, kept bringing up marriage. I said no many times, but she never left because she knew I was a good guy. I took her places, showed her a good time. We definitely vibed. So as time went on, one day I received a call at work, right? And it's her. And she's like, I'm late. And guess what? You're the baby's daddy. And I'm like, whoa, I'm the baby's daddy? Really? So I was completely thrown off guard. I was completely shocked. So she followed up and she said, well, let's talk about it. And then she invited me over to dinner that night so we can hang out and discuss the thing. So I come over that night, as she normally does when I show up. She brought out all the fixings, some grilled ribeyes, $175 bottle of wine, had the table made up, had everything, candles burning, incense. It was real sexy. I like the setup, how she had it going on. So she cooked for a player. Everything was good, hanging out. So the night was going on well. She hadn't brought up the fact of her being pregnant at all. So I wasn't going to bring it up either. I'm just enjoying the moment. So later on that night, before I was actually going to get some buns, we decided to have a nightcap. And while we're having a nightcap, she basically brings it up and says, hey, I'm pregnant. What are we going to do here? Are we going to be a family? Are you going to marry me? What's happening? So I looked at her and I paused for a few seconds. And I looked at her and then a grin crept across my face. I reached in my pocket, pulled out some papers, bam, put it in her face. Take that. Guys, do you know what it was? You guessed it. It was my vasectomy papers. You should have seen the look on her face. And it showed my sperm count numbers for the past 3 months. A player was shooting blanks. Sterile. Guys, I can't describe her face. All color left her face. She just completely went white. Needless to say, I went ham Newton in the buns that night. Shout out to the Duke, right? So the next day I got a phone call, and guess who it was? It was her, guys. And you know what she said? My period actually started today. I'm like, wonderful. That's outstanding because you were pregnant and all of a sudden your period started. You didn't take a pregnancy test or anything, or I thought you took a pregnancy test. Needless to say, guys, I never heard from her after that. The only thing I could think of was, you are this baby's daddy. And no, I wasn't this baby's daddy. But I'm thinking right now, if she was pregnant, whose baby was it? Who else was clapping those cheeks? So guys, a great lesson to be learned from this is some women will lie or try and force you to marry them. They'll try to guilt you into marrying them. And they'll even go to this extent of lying about a pregnancy. Now, in this case, maybe she might have been pregnant, but the guy was not the father of the child. He had a vasectomy, and we're seeing a lot more guys, a lot more of you guys are opting to get vasectomies to keep from having to go through things or having an unwanted pregnancy with a woman. Now, this is something that some guys regret, but then again, later on, you can still have the sperm extracted. So it's not like you still can't have kids. They just have to do it through another process. But women have done this. Women have set guys up. Guys have even went out and bought things. Now, it's crazy, but it's also great now that we have DNA to prove actual fatherhood. Just imagine before DNA testing came about, how many guys were taking care of children that weren't even theirs. Now, that is definitely sad and it's upsetting. So guys, save your seed. Do not use it on whoever, guys. And be sure that the woman is the woman who you want to be with. You know, if you're shooting the club up, you should want to be with or marry that woman at the end of the day. If not, don't waste your time, guys. Anyway, guys, it's your favorite everything, JR Wisdom. Shout out to Roger Laurel 2363 for commenting this story on one of my videos. Guys, feel free to send me videos or feel free to send me your stories like this. I would love to do my commentary and do videos on it. Shoot them to me. My contact information is in the description of this video, or you can DM to me on Instagram as well, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have to run that up to 10,000, guys. Quit playing with me. Y'all know what it is. Listen, send me all those. Send me stories. Send me Reddit stories. Send me your personal stories. I'd love to reenact them and get this going, man. So with that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. And that's where I'm going to see you guys at, man. It's your guy, JR Wisdom. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Can't forget Tony.
50.